the 21st edition of the FIFA World Cup will be aired live on Bermuda Broadcasting Company. Be a part of the history. You don't want to miss FIFA World Cup 2018.
You can count on us.
USDA ribeye steaks, boneless, only $18.99 per pound. Imported broccoli crowns, just $2.99 per pound. Select varieties of DiGiorno pizzas, just $9.50 for a 27.5-ounce box. Chef Boyardee pasta meals, only $1.89 for a 14.75-ounce tin. Select varieties of Chobani yogurts, only $1.99 for a 5.3-ounce tub. Visit our website at www.marketplace.pm for more weekly specials.
You can count on us.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
Good evening, everyone. It's Tuesday, September 26, 2017. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us tonight. They can't blame us now. Let's see what they're going to do to remove hurdles preventing casino gaming becoming a reality here in Bermuda. So says former Premier Michael Dunkley as he continues to call on the new government to put the necessary requirements in place to get the dice rolling. Here's Gary Moreno with more.
It was on the motion to adjourn during last Friday's sitting of the House of Assembly when Mr. Dunkley first raised the issue and was roundly criticized by the government for suggesting that it was dragging its feet on the matter, even after only 2 months in office. Mr. Dunkley questioning then why the tabling of proposed gaming policy was not among the legacy legislation dealt with by the new government last week.
Without these regulations, we can't move forward, and without these regulations, the Bermuda Casino Gaming Commission cannot go out and get a banking partner that we need. If we don't have a banking partner, gaming is not going to happen. So I sent the message, look, we still have a lot to do. Let's calm down the political rhetoric. Let's get the job done because tourism's on the rebound because of the work that the former government did and all our partners. And we need to make sure that the amenity of gaming is there for Bermudian employment, for the opportunity to continue to push tourism forward and provide experiences.
But former Tourism Minister Sean Crockwell had lamented that casino gaming would have long been up and running were it not for the OBA government switching from the so-called Singapore model based on the advice of Richard Schutz, former executive director of the local gaming commission. Mr. Dunkley, though, begs to differ.
The discussion about what type of model we had is way behind us. You know, some people might think we haven't progressed very quickly on this, but I think if you look at other jurisdictions and the time it's taken to get where we are, we haven't done a bad job. I would not want to hit the last gate and cause us to have a problem going forward. You could see from the presentation by the Hamilton Princess, they have a pretty exciting model that's going to take place there, and it means jobs for Bermudians. So, politicians need to do the job, stop criticizing each other back and forth, and let's get past these final 2 hurdles, regulations and work with a banking partner. And I think we'll see Bermudians benefit from it.
However, Mr. Dunkley concedes the issue with the banks did not materialize after the July elections. He says, though, the groundwork had already been laid to address that problem, and the new government, he asserts, has to now build on that.
You are correct, but we always believe that if we put a structure in place that was appropriate, then at the end of the day, when the legislation was passed, the regulations were passed, we would be able to get a banking partner. I have to believe that the Bermuda Casino Gaming Commission is waiting for the regulations so then they can go out and show the model we have, show people why they should be involved in banking, and show how it can be above board.
And as to that planned trip to New York involving former MPs Mark Pettengill and Sean Crockwell, along with PLP MPs David Baird and Zane De Silva, which eventually did not happen, Mr. Dunkley is adamant there are still questions that must be answered.
This government has hung themselves on transparency and accountability. They castigated us. Never stop. Even when we answer questions, never stop. So why wouldn't you just say, you know what, the trip was planned, it never took off because of this, that, and the other, and this was what it was about. Or we went on a later date. What's so hard about that?
The former premier promising not to let the matter rest until answers are provided. Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
In other news, Belco advising Pembroke residents this evening that the planned power interruption originally scheduled for today was postponed due to operational issues. As indicated in previous customer correspondence and public notices, the outage will now take place tomorrow, Wednesday, September 27, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Belco says this planned outage is necessary to carry out refurbishment work and maintenance on main lines and will impact the following areas: Spanish Point Road, Admiralty Lane, North Shore Road, Tulo Lane, Valley View Lane, St. John's Road, Mariners Lane, Sunset Pass, Ingham's Drive, Tatum Lane, Deep Bay Lane, as well as Sunset Close, Sunset Strip, and Sunset Mews. The company apologizes for any inconvenience the undertaking of this essential work may cause and says Belco remains committed to providing consistent and safe electricity supply. End quote. Meantime, government has granted refuge to a family of 4 people from Bermuda's sister territory, the British Virgin Islands, which was one of the 3 territories ravaged by Hurricane Irma. According to News, the family will be allowed to work in Bermuda, and the Department of Immigration has processed a total of 12 work permits for people from the affected Caribbean islands who are victims of Hurricanes Irma and Maria. An immigration official quoted on News stating that one family arrived on September 23rd, and all refugees will be expected to return to their countries as soon as conditions allow. The official further stating that due to the serious hurricane damage inflicted to the Caribbean territories, Bermuda stands ready to assist any personnel from companies based overseas who want to temporarily relocate to Bermuda, along with their spouses and dependents. The British government has worked with other Caribbean nations to temporarily play host to British citizens fleeing the affected islands. Meanwhile, electricity supplier Belco says its 6-man crew of linemen who were due to fly to the British Virgin Islands to assist with restoration efforts will be departing Bermuda tomorrow, September 27th. Well, stay tuned. More news in tonight's AccuWeather forecast after the break.
You can count on us.
Pretty Lady Emerald Red or White Seedless Grapes, only $3.99 per pound. Fresh assorted pork chops, just $3.49 per pound. Select varieties of Arm & Hammer laundry detergent, only $9.99 for a 61.25-ounce bottle. Select varieties of Kraft shredded cheese, just $4.09 for an 8-ounce bag. Blue Bottom margarine sticks, only $1.99 for a 1-pound box. All stores open Monday through Saturday until 10 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
When you shop online, the cheapest, quickest, and easiest way to bring your packages into Bermuda is with U.S. Express at mailboxes.
I enjoy the service because it's fast and you get my packages in good time, and I like how they shrink it so that you don't have to pay as much, and I get cashback rewards, which are great.
For me, it was about convenience. I work in town, and convenience is the number1 thing.
Sign up for a U.S. Express account at www.mailboxesunlimited.com today.
Are you required to take one or more medications daily but have a hard time remembering when to take them? Does your family fear you may end up in the hospital because you often forget to take your meds? Or are you a caregiver looking for a time management tool designed to make your medication routine effortless? The Phoenix stores can help. With an MDS blister pack, a multi-dose packaging system that makes it easier to manage and take your medication. Each MDS blister pack contains medications for the week and is pre-packed, sealed, and labeled by a pharmacist. Prescriptions grouped by the day and the time of day you should take them, whether at breakfast, lunch, dinner, or bedtime. Plus, to ensure you're covered, each pack includes detailed, personalized instruction. Take confidence in knowing you're using your medications as the doctor planned. Visit the Phoenix stores to chat with the pharmacist and get your MDS blister pack today. The Phoenix stores, for a better life.
Welcome back. More questions than answers. That's the feeling of MP Cole Simons, the shadow education minister, in response to government's pledge to abolish middle schools and return to a 2-tier system. In a written statement in response to government's throne speech pledge, Mr. Simons asked whether or not government is saying that Bermuda's middle schools are a failure, and if government believes that the schools are not performing up to par, and if it is government's belief that our middle school students are underperforming. Mr. Simons adds that a decision of this magnitude must be supported by some metrics and must be made public. In other news, a local farmer is expressing fears for the future of agriculture in Bermuda as it appears young people are not interested in farming careers. Farm owner Tom Watson of Watson Farms addressed Hamilton Rotarians today on the subject of organic farming and community gardening in Bermuda. According to Mr. Watson, the greatest hurdle is getting young people interested in agriculture.
The thing that concerns me is, yes, we can do this community gardening thing. Yes, it's not difficult. But what we need to do is getting some young people to come in. I kid you not. I have an ad for a farm worker in the paper. I do not get a wrong number that week. I've tried various people. They'll come for a day or two. I almost got a week out of one of them. And they're just not interested. So that's the big nut that we got to crack now, is educating, making this thing be more trendy. You know, it's not all about Xboxes and cell phones and hamburgers, you know. It really is, there is a wholesome way to go out there. And it can be quite gratifying. Not everybody can be an actuary. So, you know, I mean, it's just something, and for the life of me, I cannot figure that out. I cannot attract people. I mean, our day starts at 7. I got a crew of 7 guys right now, 2 are on vacation, so that's a bit tough. But these guys are just good guys. I mean, I've had men working for me for over 26 years, just no questions asked. I've got 3 of them been with me over 26 years. Nobody's ever raised a voice. Production goes on. They tell me what's happening. I ask them what they're doing in the morning. So it's all very possible. But I think the animal component and the soil health component is critical to the whole deal.
Turning to weather news, sunny breaks with a few possible showers for our Wednesday. Here's the latest from AccuWeather headquarters.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
It's a beautiful day out there. Hopefully you are enjoying it. We do have a couple things going on here to talk about. First of all, we have Hurricane Maria, Category 1, weakening. We do expect it to be a tropical storm here, maybe even by tonight. Maria is not going to have a direct impact on us. The closest it gets is going to be on Friday. We're going to feel the winds and an uptick in showers when that happens. We also have Hurricane Lee here, small but mighty. It's a Category 2, very strong. That's heading in our direction as well. But we do expect Lee to get caught up and pushed to the north before it ever reaches the island. So we're not going to have a direct impact from either of these hurricanes as of right now. But here we are, some winds and also some downpours are expected mainly this weekend because of Maria. So taking a look at what's going on right now, we could see just some spotty brief showers here or there for the next couple of days. Temperatures across the island right now, 82 degrees. Humidity, 75%. Winds out of the southeast from 10 to 14 knots. So it is absolutely beautiful outside right now to enjoy. Waves inside the reef 1 to 3 feet and outside 6 to 10. Now be careful. We have very strong rip currents. We do have a small craft advisory in place through Thursday at least, but you should expect that to be extended because the ocean is very churned right now, a very angry ocean, very large waves and very strong rip currents. So for tonight, partly cloudy and breezy, could see a passing shower or two, 77 degrees for the temperature. Tomorrow again, it's going to be mostly sunny and beautiful, but we will see a spotty shower here or there. Some people will stay dry, 83 degrees for the temperature. The high tide, the first one, 1:34 p.m. today. The second one overnight, 1:54 in the morning. Now, if you are traveling, we do have some travel forecasts for you. In Toronto, a couple showers, but it's warm, 81 degrees. New York and Boston, beautiful, well above average temperatures, plenty of sunshine. We're in the 80s. Atlanta, a gorgeous day. Miami, we are seeing some showers, could see some downpours, so check on your flights for that one just in case there are some minor delays. And in London, 69 and cloudy conditions. Here in Barbados, it's actually dry, just hot and humid, 88 degrees. Jamaica, some showers, a thunderstorm in those higher elevations, 90 degrees for the temperature. So for the next day or two, we could see some very spotty showers. Friday, those winds are really going to kick up as Maria approaches, so we could feel some gusts near tropical storm strength. Saturday, it's going to be rainy. Definitely more rain and more clouds than sunshine or anything else. It's going to taper off Sunday morning. So by Sunday evening, it's going to be much drier and sunny out there. Temperature staying in the low 80s all week long. Stay tuned to Ocean 89, Power 95, and Inspire 105 for all your latest news and weather.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
Imagine a kind of comfort that's unique to you. Serta did. The Serta iComfort Hybrid Sleep System. The first hybrid mattress that combines advanced coils with our triple action gel memory foam. For comfort that cradles, supports, and cools you. It's comfort reimagined. The iComfort Hybrid Sleep System.
Exclusively available at Big Saving Zone, Southside, St. David's.
Welcome to Furniture Walk. At Furniture Walk, we have one of the island's widest selections of top brand home furnishings, including Stearns & Foster, Craftmaster, Natuzzi, Universal, Bassett, and many more. Whether you're freshening up your living room or remodeling your entire home, we have all the brands and top quality furnishings you'll need. We also offer in-house financing. Can't find what you're looking for in store? No problem. We can special order it for you. Our website has an even larger selection of the world's best furniture. Stop by our Paget store and we'll be happy to help you get on your way to finding the perfect selection for your home or office. Furniture Walk, furnishing Bermuda's homes for over 30 years.
The Make Hunger History Month is drawing to a close with one of the island's largest food banks warning that more and more Bermudians are relying on charitable help to feed themselves and their families. The Eliza Doolittle Society says it is providing food to almost 2,000 people a month, many of whom would go hungry without their assistance and that of other charitable groups and churches. Hal Davies reports.
Food being prepared for those in need at the Eliza Doolittle Society's main feeding centre in Warwick. These volunteers are getting bags of groceries ready for the organisation's growing number of customers. And it's not just individuals who get help. Here most are collecting food to share with family members.
I'm almost 75. One more month and I'll be 75. I'm not working, and the assistance that they've given me helps to keep me going. And each week when I do come, they give enough to help me and my family, which is my wife and 2 other children. But every little bit helps.
The Society says that over the last 6 months, it's fed an average of just over 1,750 people each month. It's a staggering number for a single charity, and one which its executive director says is getting larger each year.
Despite the fact that the economy has been on the upswing, a large portion of the local community isn't benefiting from that. We do keep statistics, and we see month over month that we are signing up new clients.
Many of those getting help, she says, are actually in work.
We have a lot of working poor, not really a kind term, but a term that accurately describes those who have jobs, sometimes 2 and 3 jobs, but aren't able to make enough to support themselves and their families. I think that's the real tragedy, is having people that work very, very hard every day and then still cannot survive.
So how widespread is the need for food banks like this one? Jennifer Mahoney says no one is gathering statistics on just how many people are using food banks or getting help with meals. So there's no way of knowing just how big a problem food poverty is. That's part of a wider issue. Bermuda does little to track poverty rates at all, making it very hard to know exactly how many people on the island are poor.
We don't keep very good records. There's limited data on how people earn, even how people spend. So it's difficult, I think, for policymakers to target spending at those most in need.
In the absence of any concrete government figures, what is clear is the numbers gathered by organisations like Eliza Doolittle point to very real poverty suffered by thousands of ordinary Bermudians. A widespread economic insecurity that forces many to rely on charity simply for enough to eat.
Have a good day. I'll go home and watch it. Leave it here for you. All right, thanks.
Turning to sports, Bermuda bocce team members were back in action on day 2 of the World Championships. Delray Rollins leads Sussex fight back in England, and Bermuda college students shine for football teams. Errol Baisden has more in tonight's sports report.
Members of the Bermuda Bocce team continue competing in the BizFed 2017 Kansas City World Bocce Open. On day 2 in the pairs, BC4 Bermuda pair Jamal Bean and Steve Wilson went down to Durbin Seeley and Ulysses Grisales from Colombia 8-0. Delray Rollins and Michael Burgess led a Sussex fight back after promotion chasing Nottinghamshire had reduced the county to 107 for 5 on the first day of the Specsavers County Championship match at the First Central County Ground. The pair, who boast just 18 first-class appearances between them, batted through the final session to take Sussex to 230 for 5 from 66.3 overs. When bad light stopped play yesterday, they added 123 runs in 33.1 overs for the 6th wicket. When bad light stopped the play with 8.3 overs remaining, Burgess had progressed to 67 from 94 balls, while Rollins reached his maiden championship half-century shortly before stumps. So far, he's faced 123 balls for his 55 runs and hit 7 fours and 1 6. Mal Emery, Mikhail Walker, Zanawi Bowen, Darren Woolridge, and their Thomas College men's soccer teammates shut out Johnson State College 2-0 in a North Atlantic Conference match at the Meinhardt Field. Meanwhile, Tasnay Fobler, Jada Samuels, and their Thomas College women's soccer teammates used a strong second-half effort to down University of Maine 2-0 at Smith Field. Thomas took the lead in the 78th minute as Fobler's free kick from some 40 yards out found the back of the net just inside the right post. Just under 2 minutes later, Fobler set Samuels on a through ball. Samuels tucked the ball under an advancing Maine goalkeeper Ali Lopez to finish the scoring at 2-0. Elizabeth Parsons and her Wagner College women's golf teammates finished 15th competing in the Boston College Collegiate Golf Tournament. Parsons finished 87th. The Bermuda Classic Hockey Tournament schedule has been released, with action getting underway this coming Thursday, September 28th, and concluding on Sunday, October 1st. The tournament will take place at the PCC Hockey Rink. Bermuda will open the tournament against Canada East at 6 p.m. on Thursday, with Canada West taking on the Expats at 7:30. At 9 p.m., Bermuda will take on Boston. The powerful 7.1 earthquake that rocked central Mexico last Tuesday, collapsing homes and bridges across hundreds of miles, has forced the cancellation of the Central American and Caribbean Bodybuilding and Fitness Championships. President of the Bermuda Bodybuilding and Fitness Federation, Mark Simons, is quoted as saying the 45th edition of the CAC Championships, slated for Mexico from September 29th through to October 2nd, has been canceled in the wake of more than 200 deaths this week. Smith concluded by saying, "We are looking for other events that we can possibly enter our athletes, and we should have an answer in the next few days." Chase Cooper and his St. Mary's College of Maryland sailing teammates finished 10th in the St. Mary's Fall Intercollegiate Conference Regatta. Cooper, sailing the school's A-Division boat, finished with 99 points in the 11-race 18-boat fleet. Cooper recorded a win in the second race of the regatta. He also had 7 top 10 finishes. The Bermuda National Athletic Association 2017 cross-country season got underway at Chaplin Bay on Saturday. Chase Smith and Ashley Berry won the male and female open races, while Kayla Raymond and Quincy Cusack won the under-17 races. Smith crossed the line in a time of 30:56.2, while Berry was clocked across the line in 22:40.9. Cusack was clocked in a time of 22:20.9, with Raymond recording a time of 31:18.9. Maha Clark and her Queens of Charlotte University women's field hockey teammates split their weekend. On Saturday, Clark and Queens traveled to Linwood University, falling 5-3. However, they would bounce back at home yesterday, defeating Bellarmine University 6-3. The Bermuda Hockey Academy players took part in the Northeast Field Hockey Association's league in New York, with 2 games on day 1 for them. In game 1, the Islanders went down 2-1 to the East Coast High Performance team in a hard-fought game between the two sides. In game 2, the Islanders would defeat Greenwich 3-0. Inchanae Smith is heading to Charlotte, North Carolina to attend school and play basketball for the Victory Christian Center School girls team. Smith, who is a talented athlete having represented Bermuda at the Carifta Games and also represented Bermuda in netball, is just another shining star out of the Wolfpack basketball camp. Smith now goes from being a lady cat to a lady knight. The 2017-18 Bermuda Basketball Elite City League resumed inside the Summersfield Academy Gymnasium with a doubleheader that produced 228 points. Game 1 saw the Lions defeat the Marksmen by a score of 70-54. Kareem O'Connor led the Lions with a game-high 25 points, while Dean Jones scored 22 for the Marksmen. The Warriors defeated the Renegades 65-39 in Game 2. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
The Marketplace Food Court is you and your family's one-stop shop. Start your day at the Breakfast Bar with omelets made to order and traditional Bermuda codfish breakfast. The chefs will cook lunch and dinner to your liking. Along with the salad bar, sandwich bar, sushi bar, and fruit bar, the Marketplace Food Court is your kitchen away from home. Every day is hassle-free with nutritious meals from the Marketplace Food Court. Visit us 7 days a week. Homemade cooking, quality service, all at prices you can count on.
Police Week 2017. Join the Bermuda Police Service as we celebrate 138 years of policing in Bermuda. Events for the week include the Police Gymkhana, Saturday, September 30th. Elementary and middle school students are invited to come to Police Field and Prospect. Bring a bicycle and a helmet. Fun starts at 10 a.m. Police Memorial, Sunday, October 1st. The memorial will commence at 5:30 p.m. at the Police Cemetery on Alexandra Road in Devonshire, followed by a sunset ceremony. The ever-popular Seniors Tea, 11 a.m. Tuesday, October 3rd at the Hamilton Princess. Dynamic police displays Wednesday, October 4th. Come and watch live demonstrations on Police Field and Prospect. All students are welcome starting at 10 a.m. And this year we are proud to announce that the Halton Regional Police Service Pipes and Drums from Ontario, Canada will be performing during Police Week events on October 1st, 3rd, and 4th. More information can be found at www.bermudapolice.bm or search Bermuda Police on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The Bermuda Police Service, making Bermuda safer.
Two Bermuda centenarians considered themselves close friends and so-called gang members in the 1920s. One of Bermuda's national treasures, actor Earl Cameron, recently turned 100 years old and was honored. Lefroy Place was born July 24, 1916, and grew up with Mr. Cameron. Mr. Place now finds time to monitor politics and attends the House of Assembly. Mike Sharp spoke to Mr. Place and learned he was not the first one to pass the age of 100 in his family.
You're here at the House of Assembly. How old are you?
101.
You were born, what, 1916? 1916. And you still find time to come up to the House of Assembly?
I've got time now.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, what did you do as a job?
Well, my first job, when I left school at the age of 13 rather, and my first job was plumbing. I and Earl Cameron, the actor, we were boys together, and we went together to work together. And I worked with my father, the Bermuda recorder. I worked for him some 40 years or so.
So, what's the secret to 101 and going so strong?
Well, you know, there is, I always tell people there's no secret what God can do and what he will do.
All right, so that's the secret.
His glory.
Okay, so you pray every day, go to church?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Every Sunday?
Every Sunday.
How long have you been attending, and which church do you go?
Well, I attend to St. Paul AME Church. I've been a member there some 80 years.
And 101 it's extraordinary.
Well, my grandmother was 102.
Oh. What was your grandmother's name?
Agnes Place.
Agnes Place?
Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Lefroy Place, you're 101. You've seen and lost some real close friends along the way.
I've lost most of my friends, all gone. It's only Earl and myself left out of the gang.
You call them the gang?
I call them the gang, because they were gangs those days. Just like they are today, but a different type of gangs.
Mr. Place, you are also a national treasure. And that's our newscast for tonight. I'm Diane Brewer. Thank you for joining us. Have a terrific evening, everyone. Good night.